Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stallions Run. I'm, of course, your host, Buck. And guess what? We have a lot to talk about because it's game week. The USFL Season 2 is kicking off, and it's exciting. And I know I am. I'm sure you are too. So let's get right into it. So, the Stallions kind of made a big splash, of course, after the cuts across the board for the USFL. A lot of people were very surprised with one in particular when it came to the Stallions, and especially in the tight end position. Kerry and Angeline, gone. No longer a part of the team, unfortunately. Everyone thought, well, he's a great tight end. Why is he gone? Well, it seems the Stallions had something in their back pocket because that ended up being Thaddeus Moss, former LSU star at the tight end position, an exciting signing for the Stallions. Once overall, I mean, again, the man famously, again, if you haven't seen, the Stallions love posting this clip at the moment from when LSU and Alabama played in 2019, the game of the 21st century, you can say, where these two teams faced off against each other. Two best in the country. Everyone will still agree with that. He, of course, had that amazing touchdown. Even as an Alabama fan, it pains me to say that, but he had that amazing touchdown against Alabama, that toe tapping touchdown at home. But he's now a tight end for the Birmingham Stallions. A little bit of Alabama redemption right there. Exciting to see what can happen there. I think the question is for everybody right now: is he going to see game time, any playing time on Saturday? Because he just joined the team yesterday. Now, of course, USFL signings, there is some delay, so he's been with the team a little bit, but practicing, it seems like he's maybe only now getting in on that. So will he see many snaps on Saturday? That's kind of the question everyone's wondering. Because Steinberger, of course, has been a part of that tight end core since day one. So something to kind of see from that point of view what's going to happen there. Now, let's start also looking at other players as we start to look at who's kind of coming back. Of course, you got your Scooby Wrights, your Jamar Smiths, Bo Scarborough, just to name a few. Of course, a lot of exciting players coming back for the Stallions. And that's kind of the point of, okay, what are we going to see now upcoming and how's it going to help the team? So, from that perspective, we're seeing a lot of returning players. We're seeing some new good signings, i.e., Moss, and now we're kind of seeing an excited fan base for season two. So again, game days on Saturday. What's going to be kind of the strengths and weaknesses against the New Jersey Generals? That's something that everyone's kind of looking at because we're entering now a season two. What's going to be that? Again, some players didn't return. There's some new players. Again, for example, Luis Perez, someone who basically kept New Jersey in that kickoff game last year. He is no longer in the league. So now we have a situation where DJ is coming in for New Jersey, someone who is basically switching out with Perez during different situations, and he's likely going to be the full-time starter for the Generals. So now the question is, can New Jersey's quarterback play be as solid as it was last year? That's kind of the true question everyone's kind of wondering. So I'm going to say that's a possible weakness for New Jersey. You have a quarterback who, at best, was playing about half the snaps in the starter position, we'll say in air quotes. Now the question is, for everyone, how's that going to work full time? And then now we have also another possible negative for Birmingham. This is a somewhat new offense. We've seen some players come and go to different leagues. Now we need to see how is Birmingham going to adjust to this new offense. You have some names with you. Again, Moss, Scarborough. You have Ramsey, who was unfortunately cut, so you don't have him. But you have, again, Bobby Holly, who can come in and play fullback extremely well. Marlon Williams, still a part of the team. So you have these factors. But I think the question is, can Birmingham's offense stay as hot as it was last year? Or will it kind of teeter out a little bit? That's what people kind of want to know. And that's something that we kind of have to see what it will be like on Saturday. So, positives for Birmingham defense. Birmingham's defense was basically their star player last year. Again, you have your Scooby Wrights, you had your DeMarcus Gates, who is not going to be with the team, and more. But now, no, the question is how. It's not what is this defense going to do? It is going to be how good is this defense? Because we're seeing a lot of names return from last year. We're seeing coaching return from last year, and the question is, will this defense kind of stay the same? Or will it improve upon itself? I'm going to say it's a positive. When it comes to game day this year, when it comes to Birmingham versus New Jersey, be afraid, Generals. I think you're going to have a defense that is looking for the quarterback. I think they are looking for anyone that could potentially move the ball forward, and they are going to try to take them down. That's not like it's a that's not a threat. It's a promise. Let me say that. But something New Jersey, I'm very interested to see what happens, and this is going to be the last weakness for them. Special teams. They were pretty good at special teams last year, but can they kind of keep that up? I'm very interested to see how Birmingham will react to kickoffs once again. They have been pretty decent at those in scrimmages. And how will Birmingham also kind of do when it comes to field goals? New Jersey, I have the same questions. So something to keep in mind, something to kind of watch for and see how things evolve, especially from the special teams side. When it comes to who could win this game, of course, this is a Stallions show. So you think, oh, I'm going to say Stallions. I am. However, it's always the first game of the year. Teams are rusty. Even though scrimmages have occurred against two different teams for Birmingham, Memphis and New Orleans, they haven't played a Northern team. This is getting back into game day. So you always have to be wondering about those things. I'm going to say Birmingham wins, but I think it's going to be very similar to last year where it's a close game. You're going to have two teams that are working with chemistry. They're going to see how each team reacts on game day, who does what in a situation. That's something to keep an eye out for, so be sure to watch that. Okay, everyone, I've been your host, Buck. Exciting to be here, and let's get into it. Buck 'em, let's go Stallions.